guys, Joe here and back again for another retro game hunt. And before we dive into this brand new store, I just want to give a shout out to the place and the owner of where we were at, I think it was on Saturday. It is Vintage Gamer, so massive thank you to Nick. You're going to see some awesome footage. We've never done, well, I've never done a retro game hunt here before. You are going to see some absolutely immensely rare items, such as the incredibly rare PlayStation 1 test or kind of like debugging console with both controllers, which is a rarity, and the software. And then there's just, I'm not going to spoil the rest. But that's one thing that blew my mind. There's some other things that blew my mind as well. There's loads of games, loads to show you, and on Wednesday there will be a massive pickups video. So stay tuned guys and just enjoy this ride and watch the entire video to make sure you absorb everything from this store. And Nick's shop will be the first link in the description if you want to go and show Vintage Gamer some love on Facebook. So without further ado, let us go down to near Birmingham and we'll take a look at Vintage Gamer. Let's go. So here we are down at Vintage Gamer. Like I said there, the Facebook page for this will be located in the description if you want to head over there and show some love to Vintage Gamer, because I'm certain some of you will see things in here that you definitely want to contact Nick and go and buy, or maybe pay a visit yourself. I mean, I'll definitely be going back down there. I was really thoroughly impressed, and I always love these videos because every time I watch them back, I always see other things that I wish I'd have just bought at the time. So as soon as you walk through the door, then you guys can see that there's a whole heap of games that greet you. The shop is actually a lot bigger than it looks, and all the way in the back there is an arcade which is currently closed, but Nick did let me back there with the GoPro, because in this video you're going to see stuff from the DSLR like we've got here, and then GoPro footage as well. And again, there is some incredibly rare stuff with a DuckTales game that you guys need to see, and a very, very rare PlayStation 1 debugging console that comes later in this video, guys, so stay tuned. So all the way at the back of the shop then, just outside of the arcade, there is an absolute ton of GameCube games, and they were double road at that, so don't think that it doesn't look like a lot, because there's actually a lot of stuff there. And one of the beauties, one of the advantages, one of the really awesome points about Vintage Gamer is you tend to find things that you don't see anywhere else. I would go as far to say this is becoming one of my favourite retro game shops, and I can't wait to go down there again. And I just think Nick is so sound. So Nick, if you're watching, thanks very much for being a great host. I appreciate you getting all of the gems out the back as well, which was cool. Really stoked, really great day. And we met Gaz down there, A to Z of Gaming. Gaz, massive shout out to you as well, mate. So here we go, just looking at, that's me there, looking at some Sega Nega Drive games. Again, these were double road, so I was just kind of going through them and making sure, you can actually see it on this footage here, you've got the double rows, and I was just making sure that there was nothing, no kind of juicy gems hiding all the way at the back there. So we're about to jump back onto GoPro, and as ever I was piling up a ton of games ready here just to make a pile behind the counter. And I will say now with this tour that you'll get to see pretty much every nook and cranny of the shop. There's a room off to the left that you guys are going to see very shortly. You can kind of get a glimpse of it there with all the PS2, PS1 games in, so there's absolutely loads to show you here. Really nice GBA and original Game Boy games. There was an immensely rare Game Boy game in this as well. Like, it's so rare. I don't even think it was sold in stores. It was only sold in religious places, Nick was telling us, like religious shops. I don't know what kind of religious shops there are, but nonetheless it's super rare. And I've kind of since got back and googled it, and it goes for thousands online, and this was boxed minty fresh. So there's a little bit of a kind of treasure trove kind of culture going on down here for those collectors out there. You know, Vintage Gamer really does have a bit for absolutely everybody. Right, just like I said with the GameCube games, the NES selection was absolutely rad. Again, everything was double road. There was a ton of unboxed SNES and NES games behind the counter as well. And it's always worth, I think, as just a generic tip when you're out retro game hunting, just to ask if anything's kind of in. You can see the game right there that I was just talking to you guys about. It was like this Bible game for the Game Boy. It's in the bottom left-hand corner right now. I will put an awesome picture of that over on my Instagram if you guys want to go and check it out. And then I think from this point I was just kind of saying to Nick there, he was just serving a customer. I was just saying, you know, is it okay if I go back in the arcade? Just want to show you guys that, you know, if you do visit, you know kind of what to expect. Now when this is all kind of back and open, there's quite a few decent cabs in there, and I just think this is a really, really nice add-on to a store like this. And I always love going in the backs of these places because it just kind of oozes more character with the boxes piled up and the consoles. Some were getting repaired. 80% of them, Nick were telling me, were ready to be put out on sale. And it's just awesome. A lot of the games that come into the store are also tested back here as well. So it's pretty cool really. It's just one of those kind of like Aladdin's cave places. One of those retro game stores, along with places like Console Yourself as well, that really do have so much character. So you can see the front door just off to the right there. We've got some really nice cabinets with some handhelds, some Game & Watch stuff, an old Amiga 1500, which is absolutely gnarly to see. And again, Jess was just getting these panoramics there. Hello! Just again to give you guys a really nice vibe for what this looks like, so you can get it like a really nice feel from layout. Now GameCube games we've already kind of seen, but we haven't seen anything on GoPro, and I did pick one up. You guys will see the pickups on Wednesday, so definitely keep an eye out for all of the insane haul that I actually kind of came away with. I did have a couple of games on my list, and I think I got pretty much everything I kind of went in for. That's Nick right there in the green. Shout out again to Nick. We were just chatting away. He's really sound, so you know who to kind of look out for. I will say that Nick's colleagues that worked in the store were also very friendly, so even if Nick's not in, I would be quite confident to kind of go down again and definitely get the help that, you know, I need if there's something that is missing on the shelf, or, you know, you want to kind of leave your name and number and Nick will let you know when it comes in. You know, that's that kind of culture, it's that kind of vibe, and it was chocker. I mean, we did catch a lot of this footage when the shop wasn't as busy, but let me tell you this, the footfall was absolutely, like, there was loads of people in. Loads of people. Now, just dropping back onto these NES games, I was actually stoked at how good a condition the boxes were in, like really. Most of them were like box complete as well. It did typically say on them if like the manual was missing, which is a nice little kind of feature. You know, those are things you really want to know, especially if you're kind of going into this as a collector more than a gamer. For me, it's got to tick both boxes. Now, just off to the right hand side of the NES, the PS2 games, there was some awesome Pokemon, Zelda, and then a few bits on the bottom, some rare SNES stuff as well, like Castlevania 4. And then there was like the Zelda CDI game, which was like so rare and so cool to see. I was so impressed, just so impressed. Now, earlier in this video, I did tell you guys about the rooms off to the left, and this is it. Floor to ceiling, packed full of games. You're going to get a real good look in this room, because I really wanted to kind of cover everything. I find it's, you know, I just like the kind of detail that we've captured in this retro game hunt. You've got some Atari stuff on the top, some N64, some Game Boy Advance, some Sega Dreamcast, really nice range, and then a beautiful wall of Sega Mega Drive as well as Sega Master System. Now, we do take you in that back room there. There was a whole heap of stuff, like some zappers hanging on the wall, some big box PC stuff, more Atari boxed and unboxed. I mean, you name it, guys. I mean, I think you could probably go down here and get pretty much anything you wanted to get. I would be hard pushed to find, this is like for Nick to be like, no, we don't have it, you know, so. But nonetheless, it was just so cool to see. Here's me just taking a few snaps for Instagram, and Jess walking back out the door there with the camera. She did a great job. So big shout out to Jess for filming some of the stuff, on, well, pretty much all of the stuff on the DSLR. Now this is the other room. So this is like Skylanders as well. I didn't actually notice that when I was in there. Some third-party controllers, which I always think is kind of pretty cool, because sometimes you can pick up some stuff and you don't like. I've never seen it before, you know. And this, check this out, manuals. If you're shot on manuals, there's like a ton of stuff. There's like absolute ton of stuff. I don't know what I'm saying to Jess here. I don't know what I'm saying to Jess. I think I was telling her where the arcade was actually. But yeah, in that box right there, there was just a ton of manuals. So that's probably going to be another kind of trip that I make, is to go down, maybe take a list of manuals that I need, because again, Nick did say he's got pretty much anything you need, really, pretty much anything you need. And I just love the cool posters that are kicking about as well, some really nice posters. So again, head over to Instagram. I'm taking a lot of just snapshots for Instagram right here. So I don't think I've ever seen a room like this. I think what struck me the most when I walked in is obviously just the sheer amount of white spines facing you. I'm not sure if there were any PS1 games behind, like all the way to the floor. I should have asked. I was going to buy this, but unfortunately it had a disc missing. It's a bit of a shame because I've never kind of seen it around before, like Dracula 2. I played that quite a bit as a kid. In fact, you might actually see some of the games I picked up. I do a pretty good job of trying to hide things so it doesn't spoil pickups too much, but literally walked away with 2 bags full, and I mean full, of games. I'm really excited to show you guys what I've got, and as ever, let me know in the comment section below. Are there any other retro game shops you want me to go hit? You want me to go look around? There's maybe some that I'm not aware of, so definitely go and let me know in the comment section below. So we've got some nice Mega Drive games here. We're still in the room off to the left. Art Alive, picked that up on a retro game hunt a couple of weeks ago. This was some phone footage actually, because for some reason the DSLR was kind of sketching out a little bit. And then obviously original Xbox. Guys, there were so many original Xbox games, and again, things that you don't typically see. Like, I don't remember if I had this. I should have used my phone and kind of got my pictures out. I have to double check. But I think if you're after any of the more obscure games, definitely go check out Vintage Gamer for your Xbox original. I mean, you've seen the amount of PS2 stuff there as well, so I think there's a bit of something here for everyone. I've never seen this, actually did pick it up, so that's a little sneak peek into pickups. But Nick, this is just truly amazing, dude. It's absolutely amazing. We're getting into the even more juicy stuff. We're not even done in this store yet, guys, so I hope you're still here. We're just having one more kind of panoramic of this. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks. Don't be put off by how small this looks, because you can fit a good kind of 5-6 people in here and still have a reasonable amount of room to just look for decent games and whatnot. So I believe this was Jess's walkthrough with the DSLR over GoPro. This was quite early on when we got there. I think this was some of the first stuff that was actually filmed. I like to kind of use the GoPro as well as DSLR because sometimes it gives different angles. I mean, Jess does catch a lot more of like this side of it, for example, where your joysticks are. A whole heap of PS1 games. Found a real gem in there actually, a real gem when Nick and I went back into this room later in the day. I think we spent about 3 hours there in total, which was pretty cool. Now here's some really juicy stuff. You're going to see some really ultra rare, ultra expensive, money can't buy stuff right here. What Nick is showing me is a PlayStation 1 debugging or test kind of console, and this was immaculate, guys. I've never seen one of these. It came with 2 controllers, even though the box said that it only had 1. And there's also some software that we're going to take a look at as well. It's right there in the smaller box. This goes for thousands. Like, I don't even think, like, at first I was like, oh my god, I need this. Like, I need this. This needs to be mine. But I don't even think it was for sale, and I don't even think I could afford it if I really wanted to. And here is a closer look. Check it out. At first I was like, what is this? But you can see the software development toolkit right there, as well as the box, which is in gnarly condition. Now, we do take some stuff out. Nick was very good here. He let us take some stuff out. I could not believe that this was like here. It was right here. It's, you know, it's so cool. I mean, look how neatly it's packed as well. It's a really nice kind of, like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen one of these before. Let me know in the comment section if you have. They kind of feel a little bit kind of gritty to hold, the controls and the console. It's a really nice black kind of starry finish, which again you'll see very, very shortly as we get into this box. So here is one of the controllers. I'm going to put the DSLR down and just check it out. Check it out. We actually do believe that these will work on a normal PS1 as well. Just like a charcoal starry effect. Feels kind of gritty to touch. It was just showing Gaz here as well. I mean, it was just amazing. It was just absolutely amazing. Gaz and Jess, that was like so cool. I was like, look, Jess, feel this thing. It's so cool. And it was such nice condition as well. I mean, you could see just how nice the flex and the wires were. Even like the bags were in such flipping great condition. So yeah, tip-top condition, and we're going to actually get the console out now as well. The manual was included and it was a little bit awkward to get out, so Gaz does come over, and Nick was kind of stood right behind me, and again, just thanks Nick for letting us kind of take this kind of jewel in the crown item, this super duper rare kick-ass item, the NET YAROZE. I again never seen one in the wild, and I'm eager to know if anybody out there actually owns one. I had a quick look on eBay just to see if there were any available, and there is one in Poland for sale for over £4,000 at the minute. There are 16 watches on it, so whether or not that will actually sell is a different matter, and I believe these came out apparently around 96, 97, and to my knowledge, from what I've read since I've got home, they're not region locked. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing, really, pretty nice, and I was just blown away at this point at just how nice a condition the console was in itself. I mean, check it out, guys. Apologies again for the low light. It was a little bit tricky here, but just to hold this piece of gaming history in my hand, I was like, yes, mate, this is super rare, and this is the kind of stuff that really, really, really makes me buzz. Was just so stoked, and this is the console unit itself. Gaz is holding it. Sorry about the low light here, but this is the PlayStation 1 debugging console. Good luck trying to find one of these in the wild, guys. I mean, I did find one in the wild, kind of, but yeah, just finding one for sale. Now, this is another gem in the wild. This is number 14 of 150 of the DuckTales release from 2013. Going for about, I think Nick paid, was it, I don't know how much he paid, it was well over a grand, shredded fake dollar bills in the bottom, which Nick was showing me there, like money, like that, just to be like, hey, look, this is a worthy item. We're actually going to shred some money here just to kind of show you how much we love this. And then the gold DuckTales cart, which works fully operational in the tin, and here we go, certificate of authenticity with all of the leaflets in immaculate condition. And then sorry about the landscape filming, this was on my phone. Just wanted to snag some stuff on my phone, as I'll probably drip feed bits out onto Insta as well. So there were two items really that were just so damn cool to see. I was so super stoked. And then obviously I think my nephew would probably go crazy for this stuff, all of the kind of Mario stuff. I mean, it's just awesome, absolutely so buzzing. Actually as well, flipping back on this shelf, there were some sealed Genesis games. So, you know, if you're into your sealed games, you can definitely find some of that here as well. Saturn Double Road, Dreamcast Triple Road, the Panasonic. I mean, this is so much stuff. So what I want to know, guys, is would you consider a trip down to Vintage Gamer, or have you been? Some of you may have been. And I just want to thank Nick again for the day. Thanks to Gaz. It was cool to kind of see you down there, dude. But definitely let me know what you guys think of this video, and make sure you thump that subscribe button and hit like if you want more retro gaming tours. Guys, my name's Gemma. I'll see you on Wednesday for the pickups. Have a beautiful day. Take care. See you soon.